we think it'd be a great idea to have a boy group.
I've gone with my heart. You're through.
Never ever had such a good band on the X Factor.
It was brilliant, guys.
One Direction is a very famous Irish-British boy band that was created in the reality music show The X Factor in 2010. The band is formed by Harry Styles. Born as Harry Edward Styles on February 1st, 1994, he's from Holmes Chapel, Cheshire in the UK. Prior to participating in The X Factor, the then 16-year-old Styles had a part-time job at the W. Mandeville Bakery in Holmes Chapel. Before he was in One Direction, he was in a band called White Eskimo, in which he was the lead singer. It contained himself, a lead guitarist, a bass guitarist, and a drummer. He auditioned to The X Factor by himself, singing Isn't She Beautiful by Stevie Wonder.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute old, and I never thought through love we'd be.
The judges worried he wouldn't make it far in the competition. He sang Stop Crying Your Heart Out by Oasis before they decided he would work better in a group, putting him into One Direction. Styles notes Elvis Presley and the Beatles as two of his influences, and also cites contemporaries like Force of the People, Coldplay, and Kings of Leon. Now he is 19 years old. Niall Horan. Born Niall James Horan on September 13, 1993 in Mulligan, County Westmeath, Ireland. Niall was into music from a young age, from about 5 or 6. He started playing the guitar when he was about 12, and 1 year later he entered the school's talent show singing the script's The Man Who Can't Be Moved. He didn't win, but got a lot of local press and good comments. He also entered a small local competition where he was singing Chris Brown's With You. This time he won the show. In 2009, Niall supported Loyal Daniels in a small music venue. In 2010, Niall entered The X Factor. He sang I'm Yours and So Sick on his audition, and go throughout the next round.
Oh yeah, I gotta change my answering machine. And now that I'm alone, and cause right now it says that I can't come to the phone. And I know it makes no sense, cause you walked out the door, but it's the only way I hear your voice anymore.
He has stated that he loves swing, citing favorite artists Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Michael Bublé, and also cites rock music favorably, and is a fan of the Eagles, Bon Jovi, and The Script. Right now he is 19 years old too. Zayn Malik. Born Zayn Javad Malik on January 12, 1993 in Bradford, UK, to a British Pakistani father and an English mother. When he first auditioned, it wasn't broadcasted on the air.
You're the type of woman to serve good things. Fist full of diamond, hand full of rings. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me.
During the boot camp on The X Factor, Malik found out that he had to dance and he risked elimination to stay backstage.
I seriously don't want to do it because I hate dancing and I've never done it before and I just feel like an idiot.
Soon Simon Cowell noticed that he wasn't there and then convinced him to perform.
You can't just hide behind here. Zayn, you're ruining this for yourself. I'm trying to help you here. So if you can't do it now, you're never going to be able to do it. Right? Come on, let's go and do it.
Besides urban music as his main musical influence, growing up he was into R&B and rap. Right now, he is 20 years old. Louis Tomlinson. Born Louis Troy Austin on December 24, 1991, from Doncaster, South Yorkshire, England. His parents split up when he was young and he took on his stepfather Tomlinson's name. He attended an acting school in Barnsley and also had small parts in an ITV1 drama film called If I Had You and BBC's Waterloo Road. He was a sixth-form student at Hull Cross School. Tomlinson appeared in several musical productions, taking the lead role of Danny Zuko in the Hull Cross musical production of Grease. This motivated him to audition for The X Factor.
Oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. What you do to me.
Tomlinson cites Robbie Williams as his biggest influence and idol. Right now he's 21 years old. Liam Payne, born as Liam James Payne on August 29, 1993, is from Wolverhampton, England. He has two older sisters. He was involved a lot in sports in school, but he was also bullied in secondary. He had once performed in front of a 26,000 crowd at the Wolverhampton Wanderers football match. He first auditioned to the X Factor series when he was 14, and he made it to the judges' houses, but Cole thought he was not ready for the competition and asked him to come back in 2 years, what he did.
I've made a decision. It's bad news.
And now you say you're lonely. You cried the whole night through. Well, you can cry me a river.
Payne cited Justin Timberlake as one of his biggest influences. He also said that he draws inspiration from Take That member Gary Barlow when performing. So they all enter individually to the 7th series of the competition, auditioning between June and July 2010. The judges noticed that they could all sing well, but eventually thought they were not attractive enough to make it their own way in the competition as solo artists. So Nicole Scherzinger had the idea to put them together as a boy band. It happened at the Wembley Arena in England.
To have two separate groups.
We've decided to put you both through the judges.
After this, they got together 2 weeks to know each other and practice for their first performance, which was a acoustic version of Torn by Edna Swan. Styles came up with the name of One Direction, and after the performance, Simon Cowell stated that he had liked them as a group. They started to develop well in the competition and remained as Cowell's last act. By this time, they had gained a lot of popularity in the UK, and since they got the 3rd place in the competition, they have created a huge amount of attention, even surpassing Justin Bieber. Right after the competition was over, their song Forever Young, which would have been released if they had won the X Factor, was leaked onto the internet. Shortly was confirmed that they had been signed by Cowell to a reported £2 million Psycho Records record contract. They started working on their first studio album in January 2011, and in September of the same year, their debut single, What Makes You Beautiful, debuted at #1 on the UK singles chart after becoming the most pre-ordered Sony Music Entertainment single in history.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. But when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell. You don't know you're beautiful. If only you saw what I...
Subsequent singles, Gotta Be You and One Thing, both peaked within the UK singles chart top 10.
'Cause it's gotta be you.
They released their first album in November of the same year, and at the same time signed a record deal with Columbia Records in North America. The album became the UK's fastest-selling debut album of 2011 and has sold more than 3 million copies worldwide to date. It topped the charts in 16 countries, bowing atop the US Billboard 200 chart, making One Direction the first British group in US chart history to enter at #1 with their debut album. They were included into the Guinness World Records as a result. They embarked on their first headlining UK concert tour, the Opal Night Tour, on December 2011, but they also announced Australasian and North American dates in which Mexico was included. The tour, which ended in July 2012, resulted in 62 shows and was met with positivity critically and commercially, eventually releasing a DVD of it that topped the charts in 25 countries. In August 2012, the group's record sales worldwide exceeded 8 million singles, 3 million albums, and 1 million DVDs. They performed What Makes You Beautiful at the 2012 Summer Olympics closing ceremony in London, which represented the handover to Rio de Janeiro as host of the 2016 Summer Olympics. One Direction were the biggest winners of the 2012 MTV Video Music Awards, winning their 3 nominations on September 6, 2012, including Best New Artist. It could be that it was so much success for these teen guys who were completely unknown a couple of years ago, but this was just the start of their legacy. Their second studio album, which they began recording in May 2012, was released in November of that year and garnered mixed reviews from music critics. Positivity centered on production quality while criticism focused on its generic, rushed nature. The lead single, Live While We're Young, was released in September 2012 and peaked inside the top 10 in almost every country it charted and recorded the highest one-week opening sales figure for a song by a non-US artist in the United States.
Let's go crazy, crazy, crazy till we see the sun. I know we only met, but let's pretend it's love. And never, never, never stop for anyone. Tonight let's get some and live while we're young.
When the album was released in the UK, it topped the album's chart. At the same time, its second official single, Little Things, was topping the singles chart as well.
I won't let these little things slip out of my mouth, but if I do, it's you.
The album's third single, Kiss You, also entered the top 10. Take Me Home sold more than 500,000 copies in its first week in the US, debuted atop of the Billboard and topped the charts in more than 34 other countries. Additionally, Up All Night and Take Me Home were the number 3 and 4 best-selling albums of 2012 globally, selling 4.5 million and 4.4 million units respectively. In February 2013, they released a cover of Blondie's One Way or Another as a charity single for Comic Relief.
Comic Relief are a British charity that do amazing work helping people all over Africa and in the UK living with really tough lives.
So instead of spending a load of money on a music video, we decided to make it ourselves while we were on tour and give the money we saved to Comic Relief.
Let's do it!
One way or another, I'm gonna see ya. I'm gonna meet you one day or another. I'm gonna win ya. I'm gonna get you one way.
They embarked on their second concert tour in the same month, the Take Me Home Tour, that consists of over 100 shows in Europe, North America and Australasia. They're coming to Mexico for the second time on June 2013, and they're also about to release a 3D biopic film centered on them, named This Is Us, on 30 August 2013. As of June of 2013, the group has sold 14 million singles and 8 million albums worldwide. Since they started to become popular till now, they have gained millions of fans who name themselves Directioners and are mostly teen girls. While even combined, they are not quite up to other teen idols' Twitter followers level. Each One Direction member has between 2.5 million and 3.3 million followers, and they reward fan loyalty by posting pictures of each other in their pants. One Direction's Twitter account has made 2.5 million followers as of June 2013, with accounts gaining followers at an average of 21,000 per day, and they have also almost 16 million likes on their official Facebook page.
And live while we're young.